As Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in their DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, are going to Capitol Hill to try and slash 1/3 of government spending. But will they find any Republicans or Democrats on Capitol Hill who will help them? Welcome to John Mike Keene.
Well, this meeting with Musk and Ramaswamy and Republican lawmakers shows that Congress is taking the goals of DOGE to cut government waste and trim spending seriously, and that they want to work together to get it done.
Yeah, it's all friendly on the front end. Okay, yeah, come in. You guys are popular. Get in here, Vivek and Elon. But then Elon, when they go in and have to gut their spending, politicians and state bureaucrats, they have one job, and that's to keep their job and keep their salary. When it starts hurting and the news starts coming out about people losing budgets and getting fired or moved or downsized, all the sob stories are going to come out, and we have to stay strong. It's going to hurt to do these cuts.
Vivek Ramaswamy spent Thanksgiving brushing up on ways to carve up the size of the government, posting this picture of some light beach reading, suggestions from the Congressional Budget Office on how to cut spending. The CBO in these reports warning that if we do nothing, quote, federal debt held by the public would rise to 110%.
That's the Congressional Budget Office, by the way, which I don't trust farther than I can throw them. But they are sending Vivek Ramaswamy some notes on where it would be easy to do some cutting. And so we already know there's a lot of waste. The American people are clear on that. The government's too big. It has to be shrunk. The money has to be reduced, or we're going to go fiscally insolvent.
The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget does have an idea of ways to save over $1 trillion, reversing President Biden's executive actions. The group says reversing some of Biden's actions on spending, things like student debt forgiveness and health care, could save $1.4 trillion.
And that's just to start with $1 trillion. That'd be about 1/6 of their job done. The rest of it's going to come from government waste. All of the they have thousands and thousands.
Well, Griff, you are exactly right that we've seen just a burst of confidence since the election day. And that was reflected, obviously, in the boom in the stock market. But if you look at the consumer confidence numbers, Griff, guess what? Way up. If you look at small business confidence, way up. In fact, even Trump's approval rating now is higher than it's ever been since he started running for president, 10 years ago.
That's Steve Moore. He's part of the Trump cabinet, he's an economic advisor. And he's saying how Trump is more popular than he's ever been in the polls. And the people are behind this movement to reform the government. It's the politicians that aren't going to be on board.
Americans are on board his agenda. If you look at polls and you ask the average American, how much of your federal tax dollars do you think are wasted? Most people say somewhere between 30 and 40 cents of every dollar.
30 and 40 cents of every dollar. That means you could cut the government easily by 1/3. That's just waste. That's redundancies. That's fraud, bloat, people doing nothing. 1/3. That means you could reduce your taxes by 1/3, in theory.
I think Donald Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk are onto something here. I think they have the American people behind them. But, you were mentioning earlier that they're going to take their crusade to Capitol Hill. I think that's where they may meet some resistance, not just from Democrats, but Republicans.
Every politician that resists this needs to have all of their words put out in public so everyone knows who is for government waste and who is against it. This will be simple, guys. We're going to do this through social media.
A lot of these reforms that are absolutely necessary, there's no question about it. We can cut hundreds of billions of dollars of waste and duplication, fraudulent payments, all of these things. But my point is that they're going to need congressional approval for a lot of this. And I think the real challenge is, can they not only get, Republicans, but Democrats on board passing these?
And in case you thought this is yet another government agency that Elon and Vivek are starting, they're not. They've already said that they're going to end the Department of Government Efficiency July 4th, 2026 on the nation's 250th birthday. Their birthday present back is going to be to remove this whole idea. So they have to do all the work within 2 years.
How can Democrats say they're in favor of waste in government?
Oh, they'll find a way. They're for waste. Let them defend it. Meanwhile, here's more good news on Zuckerberg, which we've been covering here. Breaking, Mark Zuckerberg reportedly desires to be part of the, quote, reform movement, unquote, Trump is leading, and views Trump's second term as a chance for national renewal. So look for, I know that Zuckerberg is a friend of Elon Musk, them being huge tech billionaires. I think he is coming around, guys. That's my sense. I don't trust him farther than I can throw him, but give the guy a chance. I'm John Mike Keene.